The internet era has brought with it a host of new and unique opportunities for people to connect with each other. But as the internet becomes an integral part of our everyday lives, there are also some dangers associated with it. Grant Amato is the third and younger son of Chad and Margaret Amato. Along with his brother Cody, they were raised well with their parents. He had an elder half-brother Jason, who lives elsewhere. Cody and Grant both studied nursing and went on to proceed anesthetists. While Cody graduated, Grant dropped out, and finds a job in Advent Health Orlando as a nurse. He works there for 6 years, and was terminated for stealing medications and illegally administering it to patients. He was arrested for grand larceny, a charge applied to thefts, but more serious because the property stolen is more than $1,000. After the investigation, the charges eventually was dropped. At the age of 29, Grant is still living with his parents, and without any income and with no job, he went online, and attempted to earn money by streaming on Twitch, which later go the other way. Instead of earning money, he ended up spending all his father's savings. While not online on Twitch, he spent more time in pornographic website where he met Selvi, a cam model. He was addicted to her and spends money for the tokens, a virtual money that's being used to send gifts to Selvi. Grant usually purchased 5,000 tokens, costing him $600. Selvi shows cost 90 tokens per minute, and Grant would spend hours just to be with her in private, and pretends that he is a successful game streamer. He steals his family's credit cards, spending a total amount of $200,000 on Selvi. Chad was infuriated. Grant just spent his retirement money, which he saves working as a pharmacist for 35 years. But with all the anger and disappointment, his family gave him a second chance. Grant was sent to a rehabilitation facility, for a porn and internet addiction, which later Cody paid $15,000. After the treatment, he returned home, and his father given Grant strict rules to follow. One of them is to break contact with Selvi, and find a new job. After a week, Grant was caught communicating with Selvi again on Twitter, and his father is about to kick him out for good. On January 24, 2019, Grant's mother was in the computer, sipping a glass of wine when Grant shot her at the back of the head. He later waited for his father to arrive. Once in the kitchen, he followed him and shot him twice in the head. He later texted his brother Cody with his father's cell phone. When Cody arrived, he shot him in the face, stole his credit card and went to a public supermarket parking lot, get access to a Wi-Fi, went online and talked to Selvi, and uses Cody's credit card to access the site. After the murders, Grant checked in one of the hotels nearby. When Cody didn't show up at work later in the morning, his coworkers called police for a welfare check. They arrived at 9 a.m., they found Cody in the door laying in a fetal position, Chad is in the kitchen face down dead, Margaret at the home office sprawled and full of blood. Cody's girlfriend later informs police about the issues regarding Grant, and launch a manhunt. After 24 hours he was caught in his hotel room. He was arrested and brought in for questioning. In the interrogation room, Grant denied all allegations and acted no remorse to everything that happens. He was smiling at some point during the interrogation while he was talking about his mother and brother on how they help him with his problems. He even attempted to blame Cody of killing his parents and shot himself after. Grant told investigators that after he was kicked out by his parents, Cody went home early from work to meet him in the road. He said that he will take care of the situation at hand. Of course, the investigators didn't buy this. Before the interrogation ends, his older half-brother Jason went inside the interrogation room trying to convince Grant to confess, but with no avail.
Alright, so I take it you know what happened.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you plain out. You are not part of it anyway.
No.
When's the last time you saw everybody?
I left the house between midnight and 12:30.
On Thursday night? So Friday morning?
Thursday going into Friday.
Why? That's when you went to a hotel?
No. The first night I stayed just in the Publix parking lot by the Tractor Supply.
Okay.
And
why did you leave though?
it's because Dad had kicked me out Thursday because I was still talking to the woman that had caused everything, and I was using Mom's cell phone to do that with her knowledge, but not Cody or Dad's. So then Dad found out somehow, and that was one of the things that he had said would lead to my being removed from the premises.
So he forced you, he basically told you you had to leave?
Yeah.
Okay. So who could have done this?
I don't know.
So you didn't have any problems or troubles with this woman or the online? You didn't owe them any money?
No,
I mean, there's no like loan shark out looking for you or...
No.
I just don't see how things aren't adding up. I'm really confused, Grant. I don't understand. How did you get money to pay for a hotel?
I still had a few $100s on my debit card, and then Cody gave me his debit card.
Okay. And I don't know. I want to believe you, Grant, but you're the last person that I could put in that house. And I know what happened over the last 6 months. I can understand the troubles that you've gone through, but it's hard for me to think that you would break to this point.
Mm-hmm.
But who else can I blame? How are we going to find out who did this?
I don't know. I don't have the answers.
So what are your intentions? Do you understand what we have to do now? If you're not the person that did it, we have months of stuff that we have to take care of from our dead parents. Months. You know how much stuff is in that house? We have to go through it all. I have to call people in California to let them know that Margaret Amato is not alive anymore. I gotta call at 3 o'clock in the morning because Cody's 30 years old and has perfectly good organs to donate. And I can't call that shot. He's not an organ donor. I had to say no. So that means there's someone out there that could have used his organs, but we weren't prepared for this. I love you more than anything in this world, just like I loved Cody, Grant, and Dad. I know Dad was an asshole. I know Cody was an asshole. But they were our family, and they would have never done anything to hurt us.
Mm-hmm.
The shit you did, you could have been in jail. You would have been in jail for years.
Mm-hmm.
And they covered it up for you. I have a feeling the FBI is already involved because no matter how much Dad can overcome the money laundering, that's money that was moved. Just because they gave it to you as a gift, you can't just claim gifts as income. The FBI wants to know what the fuck is money being moved in that amount. I'm sorry. I don't believe you. And I probably will have resentment for the rest of my life, whether you did it or you didn't do it. But I need closure. I need to know what happened to my mother, my father, and my brother Cody. because I wasn't there to fucking help. And that hurts me. That hurts me a lot, man. I may not have been able to stop you. You probably may have hurt me too. But at least I would have known what happened. And now I'm in fucking who knows what now. I am lost. And it scares me that you want to leave here and not face what happened. Because you're putting my life at risk then. You're putting Donna's life at risk, Grandma's life. How do we know what you're going to do? What happened on the job interview last Friday?
It all sounded good. It sounded like everything was moving forward. And then I was supposed to hear something on Tuesday or Thursday of this coming week.
And? Nothing?
It was just on Friday.
It was last Friday, so it's been a little over a week.
No, it was just this Friday.
That's not possible. Friday was yesterday.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you had a job interview yesterday, but you got kicked out Thursday night?
Right. I had to get my suit and everything and put it into the car.
Okay. Where was your job interview?
It was over on Lee Vista with something scripts.
So they'd be able to verify that you were there for an interview. I don't know. I'm going to feel really bad.
This is just... I understand. I really do. I understand all your thoughts and what you're thinking and everything, and this is just... I know what I did to everybody over the months and everything like that.
I know you did.
And I know that you know the hell of dealing with it every single day when you're trying to move forward.
Yep.
Dad, Cody, and all that stuff.
Yep, and I understand it was probably harder for you because you lived in the house. I had the option of getting out, which gave me the ability to not have to deal with it on a daily basis. I understand the mental struggles you went through with Cody and Dad's relationship, you and Dad's relationship, everybody's relationship in the family. You know how smart everybody is in the family when it comes to medical information. And that's what scares me even more about you. If you didn't do it, then you have to know that someone else did it. There is no way that there were people out there looking for our parents or brother. They had to have been looking for you. There's no way that Mom, Dad, or Cody owed anybody money, had anybody looking for them because of something that they did.
No, I don't think that it's some money shark or monger or somebody like that.
Right, because nothing was stolen from the house.
Right.
So, people that are looking to compensate for financial obligations would have taken TVs, computers, jewelry, monetarily things.
Right.
From what I've been advised, that is not the situation. So, that leaves that the people were murdered for the reason that they were in the way of getting to something else.
I don't understand why. I don't understand why it happened. I was taking my steps forward despite everything that I was supposed to do, that I was supposed to be doing. The slip-up was still communicating with the woman, but...
What were you allowed to take when Dad kicked you out? Obviously your car.
Basically my possessions, my cell phone, my iPad, my Surface, some clothes.
Weapons?
I don't have any weapons.
So there's going to be no weapons in the hotel that you were at last night? No weapons in the car?
No.
No weapons buried on the property?
No. I sold all my weapons when I was trying to make money.
I remember my mom telling me that. What about, I don't know what else to say, but I'm scared for you and I'm scared for myself, and I don't feel comfortable with you being around me alone. I'm sorry. I could take you physically, but if you have a knife or know where a gun is, I'm fucked. And I have little girls that I have to raise. I have a woman that is depending on me for the rest of my life.
I understand.
Even if you didn't, it's going to be so hard for me to figure out what to do with you. You do not deserve jail. But I can't come to fucking have attorney press charges for you to be killed. Grant, I need you to be honest with me, man. I need to have closure. And if it doesn't come from your mouth and I have to hear it from an attorney or a law enforcement or the news, it's going to be harder for me. And I know if you can take Mom and Dad in Cody's life, it's hard for you to comprehend that my emotions are going to be that, but it's unbelievably scary, Grant. And I don't believe in God. I don't have a strong religious belief, but I will pray that this is solved justifiably, because it was not fair that Mom, Cody, and Dad's life were taken. They did not deserve it, no matter what feelings were felt by anybody. They were good people.
I know. And they showed it by protecting me all the time.
But Dad kicked you out.
That's because I still broke the rule, and that it was apparently Dad's job to be the hammer person, or whatever he would describe it as.
Right, I was told that you would not have access to be able to contact this woman. Why do you feel the intent to still contact her?
It was just the whole emotional thing. I mean, that's all
Okay,
that I can say.
so are you saying that you love the woman?
I feel like I did, yeah.
Okay, you feel like you did, so you don't feel that way now?
Well, I mean, now it's pretty much, it's not what it used to be, is all I can say.
Because she's aware of what has happened in the last several months.
Right.
So why do you feel the need to still contact her?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, apart from just like that feeling when you care for somebody and you've been with them for however many months.
Yo, I know that feeling.
So, I was just, I knew
looking
that
for closure?
To some degree, yeah, and I knew that I could never do any of the money stuff anymore.
Okay.
So I guess that was like...
It hurt, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because you can't carry that persona that you carried before. But the crazy part is, you're still the same person. You are still Grant Amato that I grew up with for 17 years, that I played with, that we hid shit from Dad so that we didn't get in trouble. Who covered those grenades? Mom. I don't feel like we're getting anywhere, and I'm going to be honest, I don't feel comfortable with you staying with me. I mean, if in a week or a couple of days or 12 hours and something else is discovered, then I might have a change of heart, but I have no other options in my head of what's going on, especially if you're confirming that there's nobody looking for you. And if you're saying that you ran away or stayed in a hotel because you were forced to, or you were told you couldn't stay there, I don't live there, so I have no proof. The only people that live there are dead, so they can't say anything. But the morgue called me this morning, so I have to make decisions for Mom, Cody, and Grant and Dad in the next couple days. So just letting you know that I'll be making those decisions, because until I'm given verifiable information that you did not do it, I don't think you have the right to make that decision. You already made the decision on whether or not they can live or not. That's not your job. Alright, I'm ready. I do love you, though. Just remember that. Just like Mom, Cody, and Dad loved you. Nobody loved you any more or any less. I'm gonna pray for you, brother, because I can't pray for Mom, Dad, and Cody anymore.
He was released that day. After 9 hours he was arrested again for murder. Grant's trial began on July 15, 2019. Individuals were asked to testify, including Grant's brother Jason, which testified against him. On August 12, Grant Amato was found guilty and was charged of life imprisonment for each murder. When asked if he felt remorse for what he did to his family, he responded with, "My family is blaming me for ruining their lives, so I might be blamed for this too." Jason Amato never talked to his mom Margaret for almost a year and was devastated to what happens to them. Chris Sisko, the one who called 911, a co-worker and a friend of Cody, he said, "We missed him so much and the positive attitude that he showed us over the years.